Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, North Schuylkill. I'm Heather Laura.
And I'm Jordan Donware. Even though people may tell you otherwise, money is an important part of life. It may not buy you happiness, but it can buy you lots of other things like cars, homes, and as of 2016, even the presidency of the United States. Because money is so essential, it may pay off to start making as much as you can as early as possible. Some students right here at North Schuylkill have already been trying their hand in the world of small business.
On Wednesday, the Schuylkill Young Entrepreneurs Academy held an investment panel at Penn State Schuylkill campus in Schuylkill Haven. At the panel, 17 students presented business models in hopes of securing funds to further their business endeavors. North Schuylkill freshman Lindsay Griffin delivered a presentation on her business, Elemental Creations, and was named as the champion. Let's check in with Sadie Chakotis for more.
My name is Lindsay Griffin, and I'm the CEO of Elemental Creations. My whole life, I've had interest in different types of craft, the beauty industry, and helping our community. That led me to coming up with my line of Schuylkill County soaps, which reflect the natural resources of Schuylkill County. You have a sample of each of them that I have right now in front of you.
Okay, I'm Sadie within the news, and I'm here with Lindsay Griffin at the Young Entrepreneurials Academy seminar at Penn State Schuylkill. So Lindsay, can you tell me what the Young Entrepreneurial Academy is?
It's a countrywide program that teaches students in grades 6 through 12 skills about how to open their own business and their own social movement.
Okay, and can you tell me how your business was already developed?
I wanted to focus on our community and create a all-natural, healthy alternative for people, since many of the products you use for your face and your body when you take a shower or do your makeup are very harmful to you. And so I made my company based off of wanting to do all-natural things and focus on our community, and I wanted to help charities, so I decided to donate my profits too.
And what are the skills that you've learned by developing your own business?
I've learned, how to talk to people pretty much. I've learned how to network, definitely, and many of things that you would never know that you would need for a business. You think it's just easy, like, okay, I'll just open it, sell something, people are definitely going to buy it. It's so much more than that. You have to get into marketing and everything, and I've just learned so much from this program.
Okay, and last question, can you describe your business for me?
My business is Elemental Creations, an all-natural health and beauty business that is focusing on Schuylkill County with our line of Schuylkill County soaps that are all natural and good for you. And we are donating 50% of all of our profits to Schuylkill Women in Crisis.
Okay, thank you, Lindsay. So Lindsay, what is it that you won?
So I'm the Saunders Scholar of the Schuylkill Yay program. That means that they thought my presentation was the best, so they gave me the biggest investment, and now I'm going to go to Rochester on May 5th and compete there again to move on to the finals in the competition of the program.
And can you tell me how they picked the winner?
So after everyone presented their PowerPoints, the judges went into a different room and deliberated for about 30 minutes to a quarter to 45 to pick the winner. They judged everyone based off of the presentation, the questions we answered in our business plan that they received, and then they had a score chart, so they gave everyone a number score and talked about how much money each business should get. Usually everyone gets the money that they asked for. Since I'm the winner, they gave me the largest investment, and the girl who would have been second place got the second largest.
Okay, and how much did they give you, and how will this affect your business?
They gave me an investment of $1,500, so I'm going to be able to come up with a lot more ideas and create a lot more than I would have been before, and I can get so many other things for my business that I had to cut out because they weren't absolutely necessary.
Okay, thank you and congratulations. You're welcome.
Another student who is familiar with the young entrepreneurs is James Schwartz. James developed a business called Wax on the Way that manufactures candles. His products have been used as fundraiser items within the district for different clubs and organizations. Haley Deisel has more with James.
I'm Haley Deisel here with James Schwartz. What gave you the idea to start a business?
When I was in ninth grade, I was working on a Scout Merit Badge called Personal Management, and you had to keep a budget for 90 days, and I didn't have an allowance to do that, so I decided to make candles, and the candles turned out really well, so people wanted to keep buying them, and 4 years later, everything's doing great.
How did the Young Entrepreneur Academy help you get started?
When I was in 10th grade, about half a year after I started the candle business, I heard about the YAY program, and basically throughout the program, they provide you with a graphic designer, a web page designer, and they make different things like logos and websites for you. And then at the very end of it, after you learn a bunch of business stuff from the teachers they have for you, you go to a thing that's like a mini Shark Tank, and you get like money for your business that you never have to pay back.
Do you have any updates on your business?
After I finished the A program, I got a lot of interest in my candles and I started selling them in stores. But then after that, I wasn't able to keep up with everything, so I stopped selling in stores. And now I just do fundraisers for the school, so the band's starting a fundraiser. So they're selling candles like this one, and they're also selling wax melts. So if you want to buy any, just ask a band kid and you could buy one.
What advice would you give to someone looking to start their own business?
I never originally intended to keep the business for more than the 90 days. It kind of just happened because the candles were better than I thought they were going to be, because I never really dreamed that I would be a candle maker. So I guess if you wanted to start a business, just make sure you're making the product as high quality as you can.
Thank you.
Students at an even younger age are also having the opportunity to test out their ideas in creating products through a course right here at North Schuylkill. The course, Career Explorations, is offered to junior high students and features a project where students develop, design, and create an original or innovative product that would benefit their peers. At the close of the project, students pitch their creations to the rest of the class in a Shark Tank-style presentation. Mike Russell has more with the recent participants of the project.
Mike Russell here with Mrs. Fowler. Mrs. Fowler, what class is it that does the Shark Tank project?
I have a 7th grade career exploration class, periods 3 and period 7. Both classes do the project.
So what skills are involved with developing the project? Like, how does it benefit them later in life?
Basically, we're doing a unit now in entrepreneurship because I think that's something important. They have to know that they can strike out, do things that are creative, have a business of their own. There's also a lot of math skills involved, some science, some creativity. Mrs. Rex helps them incorporate markup. That's mathematical. I'm not quite as sure about that, but we do work with the math teachers.
I'm here with Sierra Wisniewski and Megan Osilka. Sierra and Megan, mind give us a little bit of info about your product?
Well, our product is the Everything Case. It is meant to target students who struggle to stay organized in school. It's very portable, and you can carry it to every single class, and you won't lose all your pencils and your equipment for class.
So why do you think consumers would want to buy this?
Well, they would want to buy it because they won't struggle as much to lose their equipment, because you would always lose your pencil in class, especially going to class, and you can have sticky notes to write all over your papers and not have to buy stuff constantly. So it's very useful.
You want to give us a demonstration on how to use it?
Okay. Well, you would pull the ribbon off, and then you would just easily lift the lid, and everything would fall down like that, and you would turn it to see the Sharpies, highlighters, and pencils.
I'm Jordan Domware.
And I'm Heather Laura. Have a great weekend.
We understand that you see teachers almost every day, probably more than you'd like to. We're usually busy preparing notes, grading papers, and working to make sure that you actually learn something. So how do you see your teachers? Let's do a little word association. What's the first adjective you think of when you hear the word teacher?
Comforting.
Supportive.
Bland.
Routine.
Helpful.
Dignified. Smart. Usually.
Okay, all reasonable answers. It's probably because if you had to visualize a teacher, it would look something like this. But What if you started to see your teachers this way? Now, that may have gotten a laugh, but it's probably because you've never associated teachers with the word competition. Believe it or not, at one point we were all young and competed in many of the things that you do. Starting Monday, we will reveal some photos from the past to prove it.
When you come into school on Monday, the bulletin board that you see here is going to be completed. We've been working on it for about a week, and I wanted to briefly explain to you what you're going to find when you come here on Monday. So the first thing you'll notice is there's a red dotted line on the floor, and that is what we're going to call the free phone zone, because when you come to school on Monday, you'll be able to stand in this dotted line. You'll be able to go to the board. Every day we're going to uncover one section. So let's say this is Monday. We will take this down, and underneath it are going to be things for you to identify with your phone. There'll be a website that you go to on day one, and then you're going to try to identify who you see in the picture, and there'll be some prizes and stuff for those people who get them all correct. So there'll be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What you see the title, what was your most important competition? All the teachers and staff members in the building all have competed throughout their lives. So I asked them when they were younger to give us a representation or a picture of when they did those competitions, whatever the competition might be. It might have been a beauty contest. It might have been an athletic event. It might have been playing the trumpet. It might have been any number of things. And you're going to have to identify those people. Sometimes we forget that maybe where we should always be competing is in the classroom and on tests. So the last day, you're going to see where we feel the most important competition in life really should be. And we should spend that same amount of time in preparing and competing to do well in school and on our testing. So we hope you're going to enjoy this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Visit here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday, you'll see what the big picture is, and hope everybody enjoys it.
Thanks, Mr. Roseberry. Next week will be full of competition in a couple different ways, and by the end of it all, we hope that you begin to expand your understanding of what competition is and can be. Okay, so it's over for real this time.